if anybody that works at fly.io is either watching this or the recording of this, I'm sorry. First, I'm going to set up my my Emacs config to use Deno. So I already have TypeScript, but I need... what is it called? Deno dash format? Oh, did I close the tab? Oh, Deno dash Emacs. Okay. Oh, okay, so it is packaged in Melpa as Deno dash format. Okay. And then I put some stuff down in my user config. Oh, right. I want to go before that. And I'll drop these hooks in. Or Dino, sorry. Thank you for the follow, Soypedo1. Really helps the channel. And I'm just going to do a quick deploy so that the configuration gets pushed out, but in the meantime... what should we call this thing? Let's call it, like... call it, like, short. Something about sharks. I usually plan out the names for these stuff beforehand, but, I didn't this time. Let's just call it ShortNet. Soypedo1, you're welcome. Happy to support a stream. Yeah! Go to ShortNet, and then we'll do... Okay, let's just open the flake right here, and let's start with the defaults. Hello there, C. Lauren. Welcome back. We're playing with fly.io today. Description. Internet of Shorts. And we're not going to do any packages today because we're just going to be using Flake, Nix Flakes for a dev shell. Wait, what is the incantation for this? I forget it off the top of my head. Or is this one I want to pull in Flake utils for? You know what, I'm just going to pull in Flake utils because it makes life easier. And for Nix packages, we're going to pull in unstable so that we get the newest version of everything. Outputs equals... oh, right. That... delete. Get Flake utils in there, and then it's packages.make shell. And then we're going to want with packages, we're going to want Docker client. mostly because Fly deals with Docker images, so we're just going to want to make sure that the Docker client is in our environment. Oh wait, no, the Docker client's already installed globally. Dino... What is the name of the TypeScript language server? Oh, Nix node TypeScript. And what's the name of the TypeScript language server? Oh, TypeScript language server. Okay, I think this should be everything I need. Right? In vim.nvarc, use flake, allow it. Oh. You know, it really helps when you make the inputs under the input attribute. This is going to be a total shocker, but like, kind of need to do that in order for it to work. Okay, so now it's just going to grab all of the stuff for the TypeScript language server and then git init. Okay, so we have flake.lock and flake.nix. And we want .dir. Okay, so then let me just get StreamFox up. And remove a bunch of the other Backtog in here. Okay, so welcome to the Fly Global Application Program. Successfully signed in and you're ready to get going. We're here to help you on your way. If you're new here, overview will give you some background. If you know your way around Docker and similar tools, you can dive into the speedrun. You know what? Let's do the speedrun. Install flycuddle. I have flycuddle already installed and logged in. And then you run flycuddle launch. The launch command prepares your project, attaches a Postgres database, and then deploys. Launch also works with the Docker file. Let's go to the Dino app. So it uses Dino and Dinatra. Okay. Okay, let's try this out. Oh yeah, fly.io. Basically you can just like deploy an app somewhere. Let's try to make this a bit. Let's remove a lot of. Let's remove a lot of things and. Let's get this example HTTP server. It's basically just gonna like, give us our user agent back, and that's how we're gonna know that it's working. So. Emain.js. Come on. Oh, you're doing that thing. Okay. So what we have here is a little shitty HTTP server. What this thing will do is it'll just like tell us what our user agent is and return back with 200. So let's try it. Module source code cannot be parsed. Expected comma got colon at line 12. Well, what's in line 12? Oh, that's right, because it's TypeScript, not JavaScript. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So, I know that Dino has a more capability-based thing, so that, you limit the amount of damage that your applications can do. And it looks like by default your things can't access the internet or the file system. So, we're running this interactively, so we can say yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open another tab here. And hey, we're curl. You see, we send the user agent curl 7.82.0, and then we get your user agent is curl 7.82.0. Oh dang, I need to look into Fly. I'm trying to move away from Heroku, and Render isn't quite doing it. Thanks for the follow, Dumble. And _pair. Yeah, I haven't looked into Render much. This is literally the first time I'm looking into both Fly and Deno, so we're learning a lot of things here. Okay. And we can start the program. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that later. Okay, so then we install FlyCuddle and login. So let's do FlyCuddle launch. Or I don't have my license generator. I don't. Okay, so git add dot, git commit xm initial commit. Okay, and now let's put it on the internet. Okay, could not find a Docker file, nor detect a runtime or framework from source code. Continuing with the blank app. App name, let's just leave it blank to use an auto-generated one. Automatically selected personal organization Z. Now let's select the region that we want to run this in. So I'm over near Trana. Let's do Trana. Okay, created app Withered Glitter 3241 in organization personal, and we wrote a fly.toml. Let's see what this fly.toml does. Or rather, let's use Emacs because Emacs is a bit better for this. So it generated me a fly.toml. Its kill signal is SIGINT. Its kill timeout is 5. I'm assuming that's second, and it will just automatically kill it if it can't. So now we have it's exposing a service. It has an internal port of 8080. Has an app process. I'm thinking that's like the equivalent of Heroku's web process type. Thanks for the follow _pair. We have concurrency limits. We can expose multiple ports. There's some health checking. Can you make the music a nudge quieter? How's that, T. Lauren? Better, thanks. Okay, good. So now I'm going to commit the fly.toml. Oh, okay, so this thing, it said that it should have detected a Dino app. Service does not have a Docker file or build packs configured. Okay, so let's figure out how we do that. so the build section. The optional build section contains keys and values concerned with how the application should be built. You can read more about builders at Builders in Fly. Let's go with this. When you deploy an app on Fly, the app has to be assembled into a deployable image. That's the job that builders take on. There's 3 kinds of Fly builders: Dockerfile, build packs, and image. The Dockerfile is the default bundler and invoked when there's a Dockerfile and there's no build settings in the fly.toml file. It looks for a Dockerfile in the current directory and uses that to construct the deployable image. And if you use Docker, you'll be at home there. So, one of the things that Heroku does is they have build packs. Build packs are basically like a bag of shell scripts that go in and figure out how to build your application, and then will create basically a runtime closure for your app in /app, and then submit that to the rest of things, like the rest of the runtime things. And when your app runs on a Heroku server, that app slug is downloaded, put into /app in the container, and then, you're off to the races. I'm most familiar with build packs, so let's see if there's a registry. There's no Dino build pack. Okay. Let's just use a Docker file then. Do they have an on-build one? No. Okay, so let's go with Alpine. I like Alpine. As a Docker file. Okay, so dinoland /dino. Streamfox. Okay, let's paste their default Docker file here and expose 8080 workdir is /app, prefer to not run as root, and then we don't have a deps.ts file, so let's just common or uncommon region. Then we'll pre-cache the app so it doesn't need to be compiled every start. Okay. We're gonna be a little bit. The page mentioned they have their own Dino build pack. Oh, I am blind. How blind am I? Incredibly, but you know what? Let's just the page mentions they have their own Dino build pack. Oh, there's a lot of things here. Okay. Dino on Fly using build packs. Straight to the chase. Name your app's entry point server.ts. Okay, so git mv main.ts server.ts. Okay, it's looking like the blog post that I'm looking at is out of date. Okay, so... You know what, let's just go with the Dockerfile approach, because that one will definitely work. So, something slightly annoying about doing this a Dockerfile way means that we're not going to have the most reproducible thing, but... Oh. Yeah. Just let that run. Okay, and then... Oh, right, I don't have a... So... Deploying Withered Glitter 3241. And let's see what happens. App is not running. Deploy. Waiting for remote builder, fly builder, broken haze 1996. Okay, and then it's pushing the image to fly. Creating a release. In Heroku, a release is a combination of config and the application slug. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to end up being what a release is here. Okay, so version 0 is deployed, 1 desired. One total, 1 passing. How many health checks does it have to do to pass? V0 deployed successfully. Okay. Fly Cuddle, Fly Cuddle Turboku? Okay, that's something I definitely have to look into in a sec. Okay, so I have a host name of witheredglitter.fly.dev. Let's see what that looks like in StreamFox. Huh. Would you look at that? We're up. We're in the cloud. Okay. So let's take a closer look at this info screen here. So we have HTTP and we have HTTPS. Wait, does that do Let's Encrypt? Oh my gosh, it does Let's Encrypt too. Okay. Okay, this is really cool. So we have HTTP, Let's Encrypt, and everything. What is this? Fly Cuddle Turboku Heroku app flags. Does that use the... Oh my gosh, okay, let's try this. I'm gonna log into my old Heroku account. Let me just hide the avatar for a second. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Like I am more than impressed with this so far. This looks like it is fucking brilliant. Not quite the same as Hiroku's, get push, don't care, but I am definitely very, very happy with this. Oh, it wants me to set up a Heroku two-factor auth. Let's go later. Oh, I am not in Italy. You have one app that's running with Heroku 16. Okay. Okay, let me just double check and make sure I have an app that actually works. Open app. Okay, I have an app that works. Oh, right, I'm not typing my passwords anymore. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. I'm not typing my passwords anymore, so I can show you what I'm seeing. Go to account settings, go to applications. Create authorization? No. Oh, okay, so I do get an authorization token that way. Getting started with Turboku. Let me also give Hiroku my SSH key, I guess. Oh wow, what's the git push URL for Heroku? Oh, right, git.heroku.com. Oh, right. Oh, did they disable SSH cloning? Oh, they did, those bastards. Okay. Oh, it has a link GitHub repo that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so looks like I'm not going to be migrating things with Turboku today. Oh well. Let's make this a bit more complicated, eh? Okay, so right now we're using the built-in standard library. Oh, there's no such file or program node. That would be important. Okay, so I have TypeScript language server and ESLint. Okay, cool. Let's do something more complicated. Let's go over to the Dino manual and let's look at something a bit more interesting. Where are you? There you are. Oh, they do have that. The stabilization of native HTTP bindings in version 1.13 standard HTTP now supports a native HTTP server. The legacy HTTP module was removed then. Okay. You know what? Let's check out what the standard library does. One advantage of Dino is that there is a one-to-one correlation with things that you import and the code that a human reads. And it's a URL on the internet, so I'm assuming if this is downloaded from Dino, it'll just give you the raw view, but is there documentation, though, instead of just a source code itself? The source code does tell you things, but it looks like there's documentation comments here, and it's making me wonder if there's something a bit easier to read. Or if there's a router or something. Unix cat program, REPL. Standard library documentation, where is that? Standard library. Okay, that tells you where the standard library is, but not the docs for it. Oh, click view documentation? Okay, let's try that. Let's go to HTTP. Oh. There's a view documentation button that I totally missed. Okay. So, let's go up one level, and let's go to HTTP. Okay, it looks like this is actually quite a low-level HTTP server. That's fine. What's something a bit more high-level, though? I know that at dino.land/x they have third-party modules. Let's type in HTTP and see what we get. Because, like, all of these things are going to be about equally as painful, so why not just pick something at random, you know? Look in here. Module to forward unsafe request on port 8443. That looks... Wait. Let's type in framework. No, let's just look through here. So I'm looking for something that will make it the full stack framework in Dino. Do not use. Okay. Yes, we're not using it. DinoDB, this could be interesting. MySQL, SQLite, MariaDB, and Postgres ORM for Dino. That could be interesting. Let's try that. Because I know that Fly supports Postgres. It's not quite as seamless as Heroku Postgres, I've heard, but we'll figure it out. I love to publish software that should not be used. Yeah, I know, right? Let's look at Drash, because, oh, okay. Okay, let's try Drash. That looks like it could be fun. So then I'm gonna hide Streambox. I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna delete everything. Paste, and oh no, wrong paste. Paste, and the port that we want is 8080 because that is the that's what we're running on here. Okay, Splice Cuddle launch gets you the app up for the first time, but what do you do to get it up another time? Oh, Fly Cuddle deploy. Oh, right. You're supposed to fix the version of Drash in here. Crap. .544. Yeah, the language server is kind of angry about this because it's the TypeScript language server is built for like not Dino stuff, so it's kind of expected that it'll be a little bit angry. Oh. Oh, does it actually care about my Git repo? Log. We're gonna find this out the hard way if this works. Oh, and then we get hello world and we get some JSON back. Okay, that's cool. So let's look at the Drash documentation and figure out how to stir some static files. Features, extensively documented. We're going to put this to the test. Serving static assets. Drash has a unique object-oriented way to serve static assets. Another project you may be used to serving static assets via Nginx, Apache, or middleware. With Drash, you can use resources to serve your static assets, and this makes complete sense. So, a common resource name for doing this in Drash is files resource. In this example, we're going to be using a files resource defined by us to handle requests for all your JavaScript, CSS, and image files. When your application uses client assets, it'll make a request to your server. What you're going to be doing is creating a resource for those requests and returning the requested files content. Wow, that is a lot of words to say, like, a very simple thing. So, I'm going to pop off Streambox for a sec. So, So we want /static/.star. And then trash.request, trash.response. So we have a static folder now, cd static. I'm going to put Zess in here. Zess is my CSS stuff. I'm just going to grab this real quick. And then we're going to use this to be able to test if we're actually serving a static file or not. I mean, I'm almost certain this is going to work, but you know, for the sake of the stream, I have to have dramatic effect, you know. Okay, so what it looks like this is going to do is we're going to have a files resource and an extends trash.resource. Files resource matches everything that's on /static, and on a get, it's going to return the file contents. So then we're going to return files resource. Actually, wait, let's just have the language server do this. Okay. Gonna run this locally just to check. Oh, okay. It also wants to have me validate that it's allowed to read and write files. Okay. Oh, then yeah, we have you know, we have our thing serving. Okay, this is actually quite cool. Let's remove these comments. And now we need to modify the Docker file for this, so come on, give me my, oh my gosh, okay, it's doing that thing. Sometimes when you're running Emacs in client-server mode and you have multiple windows, if one of them has something selected, then it can make the other windows appear to lock up. That's fine, it's just annoying. You know what, let's also throw in SQLite here, because that sounds like fun. There's several different versions of SQLite we can choose from, but I'm going to choose the one where they compiled SQLite to WebAssembly, so that we don't have to worry about native dependencies. And I'm going to open up a database here. Run this real quick. Okay, makes a database. Okay, so then we have our database ignored. Okay, let's just deploy this just to make sure that Fly is up to date. And then we're creating a new release, that's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna do some SQL migrations real quick. db query, and then I'm gonna do that. So then what's a good name for the table here? Let's just call it messages. ID integer, primary key, sender text not null, and consens text or just line this up real quick so that my SQL OCD is happy. Perfect. So we're going to create a table called messages, and it's going to have that stuff in it. Oh. Uncaught. Permission denied. Oh, okay, cool. That's... We don't have permission to write there. Okay, that's good. I know in Heroku you normally have permission to write in the current working directory, but it looks like this is a bit more strict, and that's pretty good. Okay, so the mounts section. Is that Fly or Dino restricting the access? That is Fly restricting the access. So let's give our application like some data. Call it shortnet data, yeah. And then there's an env section. Oh, that's just environment variables. That's not actually a... The static sections expose static assets built into your application container to static Fly's any cast network. Using a static mapping, you can serve HTML files, JavaScript, and images without needing to run a web server inside your container. Holy crap. Okay, we are trying that because that sounds cool as friggin' hell. Okay, so with this, we don't actually need to deal with our files resource at all. Okay, and then you know what? We're gonna take advantage of this shit because that is awesome. We make a guest path called app static, and we the URL prefix /static. Yeah, that's good. Okay, deps.ts. What is a deps.ts file? Oh, it's just manually created, okay. So then I would just basically like make it deps.ts that way. Oh, okay, so this'll have the dependencies get cached into a different Docker layer. Okay, that makes sense. Mount source volume shortnet data does not exist. Okay, so let's make it exist. Create the data, the volume, and bring in Toronto like everything else, and let's deploy. I think this will still fail because I don't have the database set to go to the right place, but deno read environment variable. Oh, deno.env. Okay. Okay, so then we have it reading from database path, so we can put stuff into env with that path to the database in here. So we can go like equals / data. Right, we can go data shortnet.db. And then we can edit the flake.nix to have the database path here. We have the test.db. Yeah. It's going to rebuild that in order to make sure that's there. Then deno run. Oh, we have to also allow access to environment variables. Okay, good to know. Query that, and didn't blow up, so now we just have to add allow env. I mean, I can see how this deno capabilities thing would be annoying in practice, but you know, the security engineer in me is very happy with this. By the way, is anyone Canadian in the audience? Worst case, annoys people always copy paste and allow all set. That seems like a fair amount of extra work. I mean, it's probably better. Like, okay, so, like, the main problem is that, like, security you can ignore is basically worthless. You know? So, as a result of being forced to do things the right way, I guess it does make you, like, more aware of what your application is doing and what it has access to. I mean, I'm completely, like, bullshitting here, but I think that was the, I think that was the intent of that. You know what? Let's do some quick quick HTTP application stuff here. So we're gonna handle JSON bodies here, and we're gonna accept HTTP requests for messages. You know, because that sounds fun. So what we want is class new message. Hide StreamFox. I have Firefox over on the side so that I can read the documentation while I'm doing this. Public. You know what? Let's actually just put it as a post on Slash, because that seems like a good idea. It makes you at least think about it, yes. Hard not to make it possible to just turn it all off. I'm guessing that's a design goal. We throw a bad request that says kind of thinking about languages failing on unused variables. Etsy, you were never using file system access, but included as permission fail. But that's tricky. Oh yeah, that's halting problem hard there. Okay, so then what we can do is we can push stuff into SQLite, right? Right. db.query. Okay, so now that that is there, type unknown is not assignable to type query parameter. If you design the language to offer capabilities first, then you can detect that the capabilities as unused variables because they are. Okay, that's... Yeah, that's pretty clever. I like that. Write that down if you haven't. You did just write that down. And it's in the recording. Okay. Okay, why isn't that working though? Okay, so what is our... that what we want? We want a string. Type string is not assignable to type query parameter. What the fuck does that mean? Or does it need to be a lowercase string? Okay, so we have this, which gives us a drash.resource. And when we post the slash, we get... Okay, let's try that. Okay, that didn't work. Why? Need both name and message. And restart this real quick. They're undefined? Why are they undefined? What? Oh, because the content type is URL form encoded. Unprocessable entity. The request body seems to be valid as there was an error parsing it. This is valid JSON, right? Okay, let's remove a variable and let's add Joe in here. Joe is a shell command that allows you to make JSON objects. So if you go like Joe foo equals bar, we get foo bar back. No, why is that not working? That should work. JSON is fine, your spelling of application is not. Table messages has 3 columns with 2 values were supplied. Okay. Table message has 3 columns, but 2 values were supplied. Yeah, that's supposed to be auto-generated. Isn't that supposed to be auto-generated? I thought that was supposed to be generated. I would think so. Perhaps it's not handling it properly. Yeah, that's very confusing. Oh, you have to pass it as null. Okay. Okay, I feel like a dummy. Okay, so... Oh, because I did it... Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm doing wrong here is I told it to insert into messages, but the table, so it was expecting me to put everything in there. But if I do this, then I can do a full legal insert. And oh my gosh, okay, I feel like a moron. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. So then... Yeah. Now, for this, let's have it return a list of all of the responses. So let reply array of let's just have it be any. Let's do gradual typing. Okay, so if I do this, then I will have...
Show me where we began back in 95. Where our love
Oh, can't determine the type. Okay, so then...
friendship that won't die. Show me where we created a great
Oh, TypeScript doesn't allow you to have implicit any's. Okay, that makes sense. So now, looking over at the documentation for the SQLite module, here is how we get a list of things. So just... Oh, you will do push, okay. And can we push JavaScript objects like that? Oh, we can. Okay, so if I do this, and then... No such table, people. Crap, it's messages.
Was it here where you first kissed me on the cheek? Where you held my hand
Sender.
and said you'd always be here for me? Was it here where we sailed the seven seas? And we flew the fighter jet planes.
Ha! We're pushing stuff into SQLite and we're getting stuff out of SQLite. Okay, this is cool as heck. Okay, so let's push this to fly. Then we download, and we deploy. Now we just wait. And if I go to the URL of the app explicitly, we get at its loading, which makes sense. Okay, so by default we get nothing. But then we can make the world's crappiest chat app by let me just put a command in the chat. So if I run this over here... Oh, you know, it actually helps to put the URL there, so I'm going to paste the URL in the chat too. You people are smart, you can figure out how to put 2 and 2 together. Right? I hope you're smart. Just think, you can put arbitrary words into my stream, and you don't even have to use the chat feature, which already lets you put arbitrary words into my stream. Maybe I should add some sort of like web way to do it. Let's do that. First I'm gonna reintroduce the static file serving thing because I will actually need it for locally testing this. But it is really cool that Fly can do that directly because holy crap, that is awesome as hell. Okay, and then see Lauren, you showed up. Welcome to the shittiest chat program ever. Okay, let's figure out how to return HTML. Updated Windows subsystem for Linux doesn't like fancy new Let's Encrypt certs. Maybe need to update that. Yeah, maybe. Just a little. Okay, so there is a .html. There is a .html method to send HTML back. You know what? Let's look in Deno for templates. Template literal function for creating HTML templates in Deno. You can use normal JS template literal interpolation to insert values. Okay, let's try this. This looks cool. Okay, so first I'm going to add it to the deps.ts file because that seems like a good idea. So then we can add this up here and I can actually show what I'm doing in Emacs. That would probably be a good idea. So let's call this chat. Let's call that files. We don't need to like stutter things. We can tell by the type that it's implementing that it's going to be a resource. So let's just call this chat and call this files, and then we'll call this API chat, you know? Curl.k, yeah, that curl.k isn't exactly the best idea, but you know, when you're in a pinch, So what we can do is we can make another resource, index. Let me see if there's a other simple little web app front-end framework thing. Saw one earlier today. I don't remember what it was called. Otherwise, they'll just do something in ZAct, but I don't think we want to do ZAct today. But you know what? ZAct may be the hero we need. Screw it, we're doing ZAct. Are you ready? We're writing a ZAct app, people. Let's get ZAct HTML. get the ZSS basic HTML. Get the basic ZS HTML snippet, and there we go. Hit the index. Oh no, I have to response.html, and then we return this block of garbage. Format the buffer. Okay, the server's running at 8080. Awesome. So we have, let's remove the new line here. So we have our page title, we have all this, and then let's deploy. And let's also read through the documentation on this HTML thing to find out how to use it. So go to HTML. You can insert normal JS value, you can insert values normally. To insert HTML into your document, use trusted string values for interpolation. There's an easy helper function, trusted, that will create a trusted string to allow for HTML interpolation. Okay. Looks simple enough, but actually, do we need HTML templating at all? Because if we're doing all the front-end stuff with Zact, then I guess what we can do is this. Hide stream edge. Okay, so static is going to be our static files, but I want to make a folder to put the stuff that's just going to be served raw. So let's just call it like assets. Yeah. I want to assert to you that I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna come up with this anyway. Okay, so we have ShorkNet ShorkChat. Overall, though, I'm pretty willing to say that Fly does have a lot of the Heroku magic. Okay, so now we're going to need to write some inline Zact. Okay, so now we have the index and okay, we have short chat, good. So now what we want to do is we want to make like a chat route, right? So we want to have like give id equals chat route. And then we want to end the div there. And then we want to have a form, right? I always it's bad, but I always look this up on W3 Schools just to be sure. I know W3 Schools is the bad one, but like and then we have ID, and the value by default is nothing. And then we have a message. Want to watch some Emacs magic? Bam. It even did the casing. Okay, this is gonna look like ass, but you know what? That's just what these streams look like. Okay, so now that we have that, let's get the actual dynamic content going on here. So I'm gonna go grab a minimal example of what I need to do here. So I'm gonna go to ZAct site HTML, and I'm gonna grab the script for slash static slash index.js, right? Right, let's go with that. Let's just go for all of this, and let's assume I'm not making this up on the fly. H, we want G, we want R, we want H, and we want X. Okay, so then we want import UL li, and then we want T as well. Awesome. So now we want a function when the page is ready, which is what R does. And Emacs is going to complain at me if I don't use a semicolon there, so I'm just going to use a semicolon. JavaScript async arrow function. Oh, okay, so then I just do async. This will just make the ergonomics a bit cleaner. We're going to do an async fetch. Okay, then we want the JSON. And XG. Okay, so we want XG chat root. What this will do is this will take the chat, everything in the chat room and clear it out. So now let's do. And let's just log the messages there so that we can continue on with another iteration when we run this in the cloud. Actually, wait, can I just run this locally and Oh. Oh, I can. Okay. Console. Import not found li. Okay. Do I seriously not have li there? Okay, that's strange, but that's fixable. API chat. It looks like Deno capabilities can also take values, so that may be useful. Okay, then I get a name and a message back, as I expected. Okay. So then G append child QL no attributes. And then the children is going to be dot map gets that, and then li that, and then and then we get m.message, right? Yeah, okay, cool, here we go. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna insert a little CSS reset here real quick. so that this looks a bit cleaner. Awesome, we have short chat. Okay, so now we need to get the yeah, then we need to get the form working. And you can see my amazing JavaScript. Okay, so let's make this a bit better. So we append child. There. Does that look better? Does this look like I'm a professional JavaScript developer? I hope it does. Okay. Intercept a form submit in JavaScript and prevent normal form submission. Okay, so I added an ID to the form. ID equals... Needs more swirling loading screens. Yeah, no swirling loading screens. No, you know what? I'll get a cat GIF. If you can find me a good cat GIF, I will put it as the loading screen. So we need to have an ID, and this ID is going to be chat form. Okay, so we want this to be there first, and you know what? Let's const Yeah, get me a cat GIF and I'll do it. That's a threat. Actually, you know what? We don't need to wait for the refresh chat. That can just go in the background. So then G you want to attach an event for submit. Go dot Okay, so then you must return false to prevent the default form behavior. Okay, so then what we probably want to do now is we want to post JSON. think this one would be acceptable. Okay. Okay, so let's see what that does. It does do it. Catch event is not a function, you bitch. Yeah, it doesn't load. It loads too fast for this. So let's submit this to the cloud because that might actually be slow enough that it'll do it right. Okay, so fly cuddle deploy. Overall, yes, I am very, very happy with Fly. I could easily imagine this being, like, a Heroku replacement for a lot of people. And, if anyone from Fly is watching this, I hope this wasn't too embarrassing. Okay, so now let's finish this by adding a little HTML form handler thing that will post stuff to there. So, um, let's make another async function to post a message. Okay, so we make an arrow function here, and it's going to be async, so /API/chat. Right, I'm not in Nix. Why did my brain start typing this in Nix? I think the // tells it to use HTTPS if it is using HTTPS already. Okay, so then we have our location, we have our settings, and we don't care about the error, so JavaScript get form field value. How do I capture the value of a text input field using JavaScript? Do I need to have... Okay, so I do need to have IDs on those. Oh. Oh, I do have IDs on those. Capture run submit, yeah. So then, name, G, name. I have no idea if this is going to work, so let's find out. Okay, so then Streamfox. Let's double check. Oh wait, this is not local. Okay, so this is short chat. For some reason, it seems to be getting me a brand new messages table every time. That's strange, but I can live with that. I just don't know why that's happening. Probably better that way, but... Okay, so we... does that actually do anything? So,
stars tonight. Found myself a washing colored light. It felt like spirits had awakened me. This carnival of animals
failed to get subsystem for purpose. The same origin policy disallows reading the remote resource set. Oh, did it not add the port number? JavaScript get port number from URL. Oh, I just went location.host. Okay, so I want...
They danced around me and they took my hand. Whispered, close your eyes and understand. When I felt the change, it startled me. This carnival of animals is part of me.
Window.location.origin? Okay, what does that do? Oh, window.location.origin. Okay, window.location.origin. Bind object. Oh, why did I... Oh, got... Oh, dot value, okay. Ah, no. Awesome. Okay. So then, once we submit, post a message, we're gonna need to refresh the chat. Doesn't it refresh? Okay, does this web framework I'm using have a request logging thing? Oh, Dexter. Dexter is inspired by more... Oh my gosh. Okay, it's called Dexter. Oh my god. These friggin' nerds. Okay, we get a new Dexter service. And we get Dexter service from... First services Dexter Dexter.ts, okay. Can't find name, when you use Emacs with a language server, the language server sometimes fights you. Like, really bad. I have so many friggin' tabs open, man. Request received. Wow. Thanks, I'm cured. Okay, so how do I configure it? Response time true. URL true. There we go. Okay, so now there's a bunch more things going on there. Ah. Okay. What else? What other configurations are there? Okay, there's a tag string. You can reuse Dexter in your codebase by accessing its logger. Okay, that's probably fine. The logs are a bit verbose, but you know what? I'll live with it. I guess the only thing about Fly that Heroku does that Fly doesn't is that it automatically infers what app you're talking about based on your Git remotes. But since Fly doesn't use Git remotes as its main, method of deriving things, I guess that's fine. It's certainly a lot closer than other things I've seen, but this is nice. I could deal with this. I like Fly. Fly's nice. Just clean this up. Oh, it helps if I show my Emacs window, doesn't it? Just a little. Oh, there we go. Now it automatically refreshes, so if I go like... Awesome. I should probably move the chat form like above the chat root. Let's just also run it on a loop with set interval. So let's run it every second. Set interval. refresh chat, and let's run that every 5 seconds. Right? Yeah, let's do it every 5 seconds. That sounds like a reasonable default. Then let's heckin' push it, and let's go. Let's go. Wonder if my boss is now in the chat, or now watching the stream. Because if he is, then that means that I could have this count as something for immigration reasons. It would actually be kind of ideal. So if you're here, boss, just let me know via Twitter. And that will be great for us. You know what? Let's do this the bad way. Let's do this with an HTML table, because HTML tables are, you know, we're going to tradition here. I think Zest has a CSS reset for HTML tables. I'm not sure though. Oh, right, you couldn't just see what I was doing, but I was making a classic HTML table. Oh, this looks hideous, but this is beautiful. Looks hideous and beautiful at the same time. Oh my gosh, okay. So we have short chat. And remove the parts of Ziac that we don't need. Yeah, that's fine. And we rip out the logging messages. And then, you know what, let's add Let's add a couple line breaks here. Okay. Another line break. Okay, just one line break, that's fine. Oh yeah, this is short chat. We got short chat. Let's do one last change. Let's make this look a bit nicer. Let's put the submit line on the same line as, on the same row as the table. But yeah, it'll just pull for new chat messages every like what, 35 seconds. Yeah, that's enough to be a normal chat program. And I'll just throw that into the cloud. We're deploying version 12 of short chat. Oh, Fly Cuddle Logs works as I expect. Cool. And I refresh. And then what I do is I go back to here. And now we have Shark Chat. And it works. I should put this on a Gitty repo somewhere. Let's do that. You know what, let's actually do a full GitHub repo. That sounds like a good idea. Short Chat. And then we do public repo. And now we can go in and change the repo settings to point to the short chat URL, which is this. You can't see this because it's on my normal GitHub account, and I don't stream the contents of that ever. There. And now, short chat. We did it. This is, the entire app. You know what? Let's do some more fine-tuning here, because it looks like Fly does record the time of everything. Yeah, in 2 hours. I definitely know what I'm doing here. I'm a professional adult. Speaking of which, seriously though, if anyone is Canadian, please let me know. Just say so in the chat or message me privately. see what the Canada representation is. Should have been... Daytime false should have removed that, right? New extra service daytime false. Of course it's gonna do that, but whatever. You know what? Let's finish this off with a little readme. Holy heck, it's chat time. And Dino, Thrash, and Z-Act. I definitely know what I am doing as a professional adult. This is hosted on fly.io. Here.
Set it off, let your body feel the rhythm groove. Feet moving, your body turn into a wave. Let it go, you gotta let it go. Feel the rhythm moving through you. Oh na na la la, oh oh oh. Sending out that loving vibe. Oh na na la la, oh oh oh.
Bang uptime. Key value, I have been streaming for 2 hours and 21 minutes. Actually, you know what? Here. I'll run the uptime command here. This machine that I'm SSH into has been up for 34 days, 19 hours and 47 minutes. 2 users are logged in, and its 1 minute load average is 0.32, its 5 minute load average is 0.27, and its 15 minute load average is 0.28. But yeah, Thank you. I'm Coleman from IRC and Slack. I like Dino and I'm Fly.io curious. Yeah, I've been very happy with Dino. Dino is surprisingly good. Um, I I'm gonna admit that whenever I see something has like a lot of JavaScript stuff in it, I get very worried. But I have been very much screwed over by JavaScript crap way too many times in my career, and that's kind of made me allergic to JavaScript, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm very happy with Fly.io. It it was very it was just simple. Um, I don't know if anyone's made something to make making a Dino app in Nix seamless, but it definitely feels like you could do that. Yeah, they had the decency to build the key substrate of Dino on Rust. It also uses Tokio and a bunch of the other Rust async stuff. But I am like very happy with Dino. I could easily see myself using it as like as something for very productive stuff. I mean, it's not perfect, like, but what they do get right, they get so right. Like look at these imports. You see how these imports are like just URLs to .ts files? That's freaking incredible. I love that so much. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm gonna reformat everything over to use this deps.ts pattern like they suggest you do. So then let's get this Dexter instance here and let's copy this over into yes. Oh my gosh, yes, I want to save. Yes, I really want to edit the buffer Emacs. We move the deps.ts over. Ah, right, okay, so import star from deps.ts. You know what, let's just do it the manual way. db dash Dexter. There. I mean, I think one of the main problems is that with the setup that I have is that like all the things that I'm using is assuming that you're like writing, you know, normal browser TypeScript. And I am not. But yeah, this is nice. Usually I try to limit myself to only one new technology at once, but it's always fun to break the rules. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna write something up about this. Oh, I would do that outside, but it's like 31 degrees, damn. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.